Welcome back to This or That with Kobe and Dash. Good morning, my friend. This
Good
is one of
morning.
our earlier records.
Yeah, we've swapped up the time, and we just crested the halfway point of 2020. It's only
we
looking
made
up
it.
from here, Kobe. Let's go.
But the halfway point, it's got to be good here.
It has to be.
I got a small inkling that we might have a slide on the drama. Let's get right into them. There was some big news this last weekend. Okay.
Who would have thought?
And we're correct already. You know, I've been doing this for a while. You get a feel for
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll get there. I'll be on your level soon.
Yeah, 100 Thieves though. They had the benchings, of course. Medios and Stunt for Poom and contracts. Is it the right call? Is it the wrong call? Now, for me, this has a lot of context. Medios was previously benched by 100 Thieves. You could tell that he was going to have a really emotional reaction to it because of the past drama. Where I think the past one was the wrong call, but this one, I feel like him and Stunt had been underperforming in some instances. Mitos even talked about some of the things where he was sacrificing for the team. He was trying to do team objectives for them and would go down. So it's definitely a little bit of gray waters. But one of the things I am excited for is putting in new North American talent. Poom has only literally been playing League of Legends for 2 years, and he made it all the way to the LCS. That to me is actually just mind-boggling how quick he has shot up. Like this is the story of everyone talking about where's the NA talent? We need to have a good system to get them all the way up. Well, he did it in 2 years. Contracts, everybody knows. They were excited for him when he went to Worlds with Cloud9. I think he's been performing well in the academy, and I talked to the coaches, did some investigative journalism on some of the reasoning behind putting these new guys in.
Hit me with the knowledge.
Has got some leadership skills that have emerged and some better communication along with his individual play that you still remember from C9 stuff.
Yeah, contracts, he's been performing well in academy. So to me, that move makes a little bit more sense. Although I will say the aspects of 100 Thieves play in summer that I have liked do feel like they would come from Medios. Their first Herald, first Dragon percentages, the time at which they take first Dragon feels like that's coming from Medios, and that, again, the coordination isn't quite there. Poom, that feels like an investment similar to Ryoma for the team, right? That they see a lot in this guy. He is a young gun.
The future.
Hasn't caught it. Yes, the future is what they're looking at, and that's where it really feels like they're reaching there. The one thing I will say, the difference between spring and summer, is that in summer, obviously, you're looking at qualifications towards Worlds. So I think there's just that added layer of pressure where in spring, maybe you're willing to let a roster ride just to see if they can dig themselves out. And now you don't feel like you have that leeway. So I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt in this situation and say that they're making the change now for a reason where they didn't make a change maybe in spring and really let the roster ride and climb to third. So I'm going to say it's the right call, giving benefit of the doubt 4 weeks in. We'll see.
You also, we both really appreciated Stunt's response. Super professional. I feel bad that he's completely off 100 Thieves. Hope he can find a new home because I think he handled it really well. Next slide, let's get into it. That one definitely had a lot of context. Varus, is it overrated or do you have to keep permabanning it? Because it started to trickle through a couple of pick bans, not just in North America, but across the world. And I like the teams that have designed ways to give up Varus to try and get something that they have practiced or that they think is really good against it. It is a marksman that does have low mobility, so while the poke build with lethality is super strong, and that's the reason why he's been permabanned for so long.
Overrated is too strong a word here. It's too strong a word, right?
I'm not putting it there.
Can he be let through once or twice if you have a strategy that you've specifically practiced for it? Okay, I'll let you do it. I'll let you do it. But not, no, he can't just be 100% left open now. The guy is still a very strong 80 carry for a reason. You can't ignore that pushing power and the lane control, poke potential for late game, and the safety that he can provide some teams. So I would say he's still very strong. But I guess since overrated is too strong a word, I'm going to go with that. Keep banning him.
I'm also going with that. He's definitely still good. Let's get to the next slide. Better team, Immortals Academy. I'll do this by the way, because they put back in the Academy team with Xmithia Apollo and Hakuho, all previous LCS players.
This is a no-brainer.
The LCS team, and this is from spring, by the way, which had rotated all the
This
rosters.
is the easiest this or that slide we've ever gotten. Only one of these two teams has won a game in the LCS, and it's their academy team. So it's this. How can you not go with the only team that's actually won a game in the better league?
Yeah, this is gonna be our attempt, one per show, at doing the high five box to box.
Oh no, I'm already
Ready?
okay.
One, 2, 3, boom!
No!
Okay, next slide. And we're on.
Yeah.
We're on. They're gonna cut that out.
Boom,
It's gonna
boom,
be
boom,
fine. They'll fix that in post. All right, Counter Logic Gaming. Should you buy the stock or sell the stock? This is a case for me where I would definitely sell the stock. Now,
Okay.
this is not to say that the team will not continue on an upward trend. They have made real improvements in their gameplay that you can see in the actual games. Everybody can look at the standings and also look at the teams that they played and say, yes, they did start out with a lot of their easier teams, and so their easier schedule should also be going like this. I do think they're literally also improving, but that's not, that's not how you play stocks. You sell high. They're going to have more difficult opponents. I'm selling.
That's not how you play stocks. So yeah, it's a tough. I'm gonna go with sell as well, but a lot of that is based on the schedule I'm looking at. Like as you mentioned, they still have to play Cloud9. That's a guaranteed loss. I don't care that Cloud9 is so far above. They're not gonna make you lose much. You're still losing money, to Kobe's point about playing the stocks. I think you sell here because the buy window was week 1. Like that's where you were gonna get your gains. Now you got to ride out maybe this dip. Buy back in when the schedule gets good again, because I think Kobe's right in identifying they are better than spring. So there's still more money to be made with CLG. It's just not right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's too bad. You got a little FOMO. You missed out on the CLG surge. Too bad.
Right. Don't buy now. That's a fallacy.
Graves Jungle. Bait pick? What is this slide?
My goodness. It's Patrick.
SpongeBob.
It's Patrick with
SpongeBob.
Okay. Graves head.
Or is it actually good? It's for sure actually good. It's been actually good for a long time, and it actually had to get nerfed. So I mean, Graves is really good power farming, obviously. Ever since they kept buffing Phase Rush, that became a keystone that's extremely good with the champion, because you can just play more into the champion's strengths, trying to abuse a lot of melee matchups, invading people. You can chase them down. If this guy gets red buff, then it is incredibly difficult for a lot of the jungle matchups. So I'm going with actually good.
I'm going with actually good as well. If Trundle's good, Graves is good. Enough said.
I do like the Photoshop of the other slide better though. So consolation prize.
Right. Somebody put like a little bit more thought and effort into the one on the right.
Next slide is more likely Cloud9 loss or Dignitas win. Dig have not won yet. It's going to be a big celebration when they get their first win. Cloud9 have not lost yet. I'm going to say that the Dig win is more likely. I would have to look at the schedule to say when, but it's gotta be in there somewhere.
It could be Saturday.
Maybe when they play.
It could be this Saturday. They're playing 100 Thieves.
Okay.
They're playing 100 Thieves.
Cloud9's not. I don't think Cloud9's losing. So.
No, and actually they're playing Cloud9 on Sunday. So how wild would that be if both were true? Both could be true this week, Kobe. Wait,
right.
Dig, it could win and Cloud9 could lose. So I picked both. Again. This is a rare occasion where we don't have to pick this or that, Kobe.
Okay,
let's do
this again real quick and be confident so people can clip this, and then when it happens, all right.
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna happen at the exact same time this upcoming weekend. Dignitas are gonna get their win over Cloud9. First loss delivered. No.
Kobe took the words out of my mouth. He hit the nail on the head. Saturday's game, they're both winning and losing at the same time.
Easy. Okay, next slide. Boom. Better profit. Is it
better profit? Question? We should now be on this slide based on the prediction we just made.
Honestly, the genius there. Crumbs is the classic prophet. He's been prophet for several years. The FlyQuest Aquarium. I did tune into the stream for a second because I was watching solo stream, and then they all just like host the aquarium afterwards. I didn't see where the profit comes from. Are they putting like fish food in there or something?
So they have a line. They drew a line on the aquarium, and it's just which I think it's just if there are more fish on one side than the other side, like at the time the game starts or whenever they do it, that's the side they pick. So I actually have a few statistics here because I was tracking a little bit throughout the weekend. I don't have the final numbers, but at one point the fish were 8 for 8. They were perfect. in their first 8 predictions as fish. The first one the fish got wrong though, Kobe, the FlyQuest game. They got their own team's game wrong, was the very first game they got wrong. So I think for that, because they can't even predict their own game right, I'm going to go with the original Prophet in Crumbs. I'm going with that.
You actually sold me with the start out 8 for 8. The fish could start out 8 for 8. I'm all aboard the fish. All right,
That's fair.
Yeah, they missed up their own team. You can fix that with a little insider trading.
I didn't think about that.
They can rig the system for their own good. Crumbs, I love Crumbs. He is hilarious. Some of his reasoning is also hilarious sometimes.
That's true.
So it can get a little up and down.
Sometimes it feels like he just stumbles into the right prediction.
Let's go with the next slide. What do we got here? That was all of them. Surprise. Well, we had some good stuff in here. I got high hopes for our confident prediction.
I do too.
Digford's Cloud9.
I do too. These early morning film sessions, the brains are working at full power, is what we've discovered.
True. All right. We'll see you next week. Tune into the LCS this Friday.